Gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to our next fantastic CPAC speaker. All the way from the USA, Vernon Jones.
Hello, America. Hello, Australia. Hello, Australia. Let me hear you. Hello, Australia. Are you representing? Wait, hold on. I do not like dead crowds. All the dead people just go out and just leave the building. So let me hear some loud noise. Are you here ready to fight for what you believe in? Yes. Am I in Australia? Yes. Aren't you fighters? Yes. Man, I have to work. I think I put you all in workshop. My name is Matt Slap. I'm sorry. My name is Vernon Jones. I'm from the great state of Georgia, obviously the United States of America. Thank you. Before I say a few words, and I know I'm going to try to keep my hours short. As Elizabeth Taylor said to her ex-husbands, I promise you I won't keep you long. But I want to send a big shout out to Matt Slap. Give him a big round of applause because he was a visionary with CPAC. Matt is here. Also, we want to make sure we recognize those others who are very, very important in making this happen here. Andrew Wood, where's Andrew? Is Andrew in the house? Andrew, I don't see him, but Andrew, thank you so much for birthing this idea as well and making this a part of CPAC Worldwide. Obviously, Jay is here from Japan. He was here earlier. I appreciate him. We value him. We're taking this globally across the world. And there's so many others. Warren is a great patriot. Warren, thank you too for all your hard work and what you've done to make this happen as well. And more importantly, the great people, the conservatives here in Australia. Yeah. I am, just in case you didn't know or didn't notice, I'm black. I'm shocked, aren't you? Just shocked. And coming down here, obviously, it's different. Beautiful country. I went to the coffee shop. They have white flat. And before I leave here, I want to make sure we have black flat. I've learned some new phrases. One is when you get something here and you want to remove it when you purchase some item from, let's say, a restaurant, and you want to leave with it, they say, take out. You want it to take out. Where I come from in Georgia, we say, well, we want to get it to go. I also heard this term called the party. Somebody asked me, when did you leave the party? And I said, how in the world did he know I just left the restroom? But the way you say party, we say party. And so I'm a Southerner, and I'm having a great time laughing at you all because they're always laughing at me as a Southerner back in the States. And y'all are a lot more Southern than I am. But let me get down to something more serious. I am here because I am just like you. I am a patriot. I love my country. I love the people in my country, regardless of their political ideology or their party affiliation. But I just be damned if I'm going to allow the Constitution of the United States to be trampled over. Our First Amendment, the freedom of speech. And no matter where I go around the world, that's probably one of the most sacred values you can have, the freedom of speech. And if freedom of speech is threatened in America, freedom of speech is threatened here in Australia. And if it's threatened here in Australia, it's threatened over in Japan. Now, we can either hang together or we can hang separately. I prefer to hang together, don't you? Australia has gaps. Japan has gaps. The United States have gaps. But together, we have no gaps. So I'm here to stand in the gap with you to help you fight a good fight. I met some remarkable people here, young, middle-aged, and older, and I feel the spirit in the conservatives here. You know, I was born and reared on a farm, and my parents taught us three things: hard work, faith-based, and that the government doesn't owe you anything, but do not let the government run over you. And when I talk about faith-based, I was 9 years old when I first realized that my mother was on drugs. She drugged us to church on Sunday. She drugged us to church on Monday. She drugged us to church on Tuesday. Our faith was important. Education. My parents were third grade educated. They said if you get an education, you can change the world. And listen, again, the government doesn't owe you anything. As a matter of fact, the government should be for the people, by the people, and of the people. This is your government here in Australia. When you look at America, and I know right now, Georgia's on everybody's mind. I don't care where you're from. Georgia's on everybody's mind. And Georgia's a great state. But we're having some challenges. Yeah, that DA, come on over there. Yeah, we have a serious DA over there, don't we? But it's okay to have a district attorney. But we don't want a district attorney that will come and indict you and investigate you because you question your government on election integrity. And that's where we are. That is a threat, a true threat to democracy. I served in the legislature, also served as county mayor. I understand the role of government, but I also understand the role of the people. And when you look at what happened in Georgia, when you see a president, a former president, with over 91 charges because he dared to question his government. They don't want Donald Trump. He's just in the way. They want us. They want to get to the people. And they want you to be intimidated and threatened. Our judicial system, many of our federal agencies, have become weaponized in many ways. That rubber band is stretching, and it's stretching wide. But we know it's going to come back. It can only stretch so far. We're going to fight until there's no fight left in us. We know those framers of the Constitution got it right. That document has survived the test of time. I'm here to stand up for those of us who believe in freedom of speech, who believe in a government should be serving them and not attacking them. That's what I'm here for. Another thing, there's a young man, Lucas Troyman. Is he here? Young Lucas, 12 years old. Turn around so they can see you, Lucas. We are fighting for Lucas so Lucas can fight for us. Lucas is the next generation. And getting young people indoctrinated with the values of what we stand for. You look in some of the things that we're dealing with now, they want you to believe a man can get pregnant. Yes. 72 different genders. Really? They keep adding letters. There's not going to be any letters left in the alphabet. They're going to start adding numbers. I don't hate anyone, but you can't force your values down my throat and my family's throats. CPAC is a very important organization here in Australia. And you all individually are making something happen here big. You all can stand up the next time the government comes with a big lie about COVID. What America did to its children and to its businesses and to families was un-American. We're not a police state. You can't tell us on holidays how many people to gather in our homes. You want to keep our children out of school because you're trying to negotiate teachers' contracts? You want to tell us to take the shot, then the booster to the shot, then the booster to the booster to the shot. Before long, you booted out of here. I didn't take the shot. It was my choice. It was my choice. And we know where the virus started. It didn't start in Atlanta, Georgia. It didn't start in Japan. It didn't start in Sydney. We know where it started. It's very simple. They named it the Wuhan virus. Where's Wuhan? In China. When your government lies to you, the only fail-safe mechanism is for the people to rise in a peaceful manner. We're not about violence. The left, if you disagree with them, they want to attack you. They want to attack you, your family, your business, your employment, your livelihood. That's not how we are as conservatives. We believe in individual choice. We believe that everybody should be able to express how they feel. We can disagree with them, but not to the point where just because of your party affiliation or your political ideology, someone can attack you physically, or just because you don't believe in the nonsense the government is feeding you, that you can be investigated. They're knocking on your doors in the middle of the night, intimidating you and your family. I am passionate about this. I am just like you. I am passionate about this. When I was asked to come over here, wow, what an opportunity to see people who think like me. You may not look like me, but you sure think like me. Well, some of you look like me. Warren looks like me. But that doesn't matter. The fact of it is, we're here for the same goals. We have the same principles, the same values, and we're determined to go down standing up for what we believe in. CPAC Australia is sending a message around the world that we're not going to take it anymore. COVID may have slowed us up the past couple of years, but this time next year, this room is going to be double the capacity of what it is now. People are standing up. People are ready to fight back. What a great vehicle of bringing the best everyday common people from different walks of life, but sharing those conservative principles. And so I call on you. When you leave here, each one touch one and teach one. Let's grow this army. Let's grow this choir. Let's get louder and louder about we mean business. The minority have many times changed the majority. The minority have many times changed the majority. One courageous man in a crowd is the majority. Now, we may think it's more of them than it is of us. No, it's not. We're just awakening a sleeping giant. So I want to call on you men, women, children, families, business community. You don't have to be a politician to get things done. I'm calling on you, let's stand up for what's right. Let's stand for the people. Let's stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And so as I close out, I'm reminded of many people who shed their blood, sweat, and tears, that we stand on their shoulders. If we don't prepare for the next generation, we don't hold on to those principles and those values, what's left? What is left? And in America, there's a revolution about to take place. And what is a revolution? A revolution is radical change. You got to shake it up. You have to be like Delta. You got to get them there. You have to be like Tide detergent. You got to wash it out. You got to agitate it. You got to let them know that you're there. And I'm so honored to be here, see the faces and feel the spirit and the hearts and mind of the people in this room, that you're determined to move on. There's no obstacle too big for you. No valley too low, no mountain too high. You love this country. You want to protect this country. You want to honor this country. And more importantly, you want to lift up the people of this country. We join you in America. We join you in Japan. We join you around the world. We are the majority. Thank you, love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Peace out.
Let's give it up for our friend in the USA, Vernon Jones. Don't we love CPAC, ladies and gentlemen, bringing conservatives together from across the globe?